Hello and welcome to part 34 of my Japanese for Beginners series. In this lesson, we are going to cover mo and mada to express that you've already done something or you haven't yet done something. And this lesson corresponds with pages 214, 215 of the Genki textbook, but don't worry, even if you don't have that textbook, you'll still be able to follow along. では始めましょう。So a few lessons ago, we covered how to say things in the past tense like that you ate something, or you went to school, or you saw a movie, but we didn't cover yet how to say that you already went to school, or you already ate something, or you already saw a movie. So let's cover that right now. So the magic word for already is mo. And this mo will usually come either before the verb that it is modifying or before the object associated with the verb. So let's demonstrate that in action. If you want to just say simply, I ate lunch, past tense, 私は昼ご飯を食べました. And I'm adding a watashi wa pronoun in there, even though a lot of Japanese people would not. But just for clarity's sake, 私は昼ご飯を食べました. If you want to say, I already ate lunch, mo is our magic word, and again, you're putting it either before the verb or before the object associated with the verb. So, 私はもう昼ご飯を食べました. So, you can move that mo around a little bit, like you could also say, 私は昼ご飯をもう食べました. I just feel like it's the most natural right before the object in this case, if there is an object associated with the verb. And sometimes you might want to change up the other particles in the sentence if you move mo's placement around. And here's kind of how it would look. You could say, 昼ご飯はもう食べました. As for lunch, I already ate it. That I think flows a little bit better than using particle wo. So yeah, note, you can use wa, particle wa, in so many different ways. You can also, again, Japanese doesn't always include all of the pertinent information in a sentence. Sometimes they leave words out because that's the way their language is. You could just say, mo tabemashita. I already ate. And that's like if there's no object in that sentence, there's just a verb. And you're not specifying what you ate, you're just saying, I ate already. Now on to mada. Let's go back to the example of eating lunch. So if I wanted to say I haven't eaten lunch yet, that would be 私はまだ昼ご飯を食べてない. So note, when you're using mada to express that you haven't done something yet, the verb form is going to be the present participle negative. So 食べていない, 食べていません, 食べてない, 食べてません. You wouldn't say 食べなかったです. You wouldn't say 食べないです. It's 食べていないです, depending on the level of politeness you want to have. And again, the placement of the mada can change a little bit, but it's kind of in the same place that mo falls. You want it to be either before the object associated with the verb or just before the verb. But you can also put it at the beginning of the sentence. That could be like, まだ私は昼ご飯を食べてない. That also works, technically. I just feel like the most natural placement for it is going to be before your object that's associated with your verb, or before the verb if there is no object. So here are some more sentences using mo and mada. 私とサトシはまだ付き合ってない. So 私とサトシ, as for Satoshi and I, まだ, not yet, 付き合ってない, are not dating. So Satoshi and I aren't dating yet. So if it's just 私とサトシは付き合っていない, that just means Satoshi and I are not dating. But if you add the mada in there, it adds that yet. 私はもう宿題をしたよ. So 私は宿題をしたよ means I did my homework. Mom, I assure you. But 私はもう宿題をしたよ, that's like, I already did it. It's like, Mom, get off my back. I already did my homework. 娘はまだ高校卒業していません. So we've got the mada and ていない, ていません form of verb. So hasn't done thing yet. So 娘は, as for my daughter, まだ高校, high school, 卒業する is to graduate. So 卒業していません isn't in the state of graduating. But as you may remember from our present participle lesson quite a while back, that means that you're describing the state that a person is in, but it's not like literally, she is currently not graduating. She is currently not walking down the aisle to pomp and circumstance. That's not what they do in Japanese graduation ceremonies. But anyway, it means that she's currently in the state of being not graduated. That's kind of how that verb works. So in good English, that whole sentence means my daughter hasn't graduated high school yet. ハンク・グリーンの新作をもう読み終えましたか? So もう it's already. Hank Green no shinsaku. Hank Green's newest saku is like work, production, piece. But he is he's many things, but he's also a published author. So I'm talking about Hank Green's newest book, latest book, wo. So Hank Green's latest book is our object. Mo yomi oemashita ka. So this is a super verb. Yomi oeru means like to read to completion. So yomi oemashita is to read to completion. So mo yomi oemashita ka. Did you already finish reading it? Reading what? Hank Green's new book. So have you already finished reading Hank Green's new book? Incidentally, as of the recording of this video, no, and I look forward to reading it. And now we have arrived at the review section of this video. I have timestamps in the video description and a pinned comment at the top of the comment section for the phrases that I'm going to repeat. I also have in the video description links to some other YouTubers that are mostly native Japanese and therefore better than I am at pronouncing things in Japanese. Anyway, point being, you should learn from multiple people. Do not learn all of your Japanese from me, especially we're getting towards the end of the series. Oh my! When the series is over, just keep going. And there's just so many other creators on this platform with so many different lessons, and it's great to learn from multiple people so you get a more well-rounded view of how the language works. So let's review. 私は昼ご飯を食べました。私はもう昼ご飯を食べました。昼ご飯はもう食べました。もう食べました。私はまだ昼ご飯を食べてない。まだ食べてない。私とサトシはまだ付き合ってない。私はもう宿題をしたよ。娘はまだ高校卒業していません。ハンク・グリーンの新作をもう読み終えましたか? Thanks for watching! In the next lesson, we're going to learn how to compare one thing to another using yori and hodo. Thank you to all of the patrons who support this and the other series on my channel. And hey, if you thought that this lesson was too easy, I have some more intermediate level Japanese video series, one where I teach videos through Japanese anime songs, and another where I teach it through translating episodes of Sailor Moon one word at a time. But if this was just at your pace, I hope to see you in the next part. Mata ne!